Hello everyone, my name is Zabi. Today I am going to teach class 11th English book snapshots. Chapter 5 Mother's Day. This chapter is written by J.B. Priestley. Students, those who did not subscribe our YouTube channel, please subscribe and press bell icon for the notifications. Students, before telling the introduction of the Mother's Day, I would like to tell you about mother. Mother is the pillar of strength in everyone's life. She is one without whom our life is incomplete. Mother is not a simply word, but it is a whole universe itself. She is the most important person in everybody's life. God cannot be present everywhere, so He is made mother. When you look into your mother's eyes, you know that is the purest love you can find on this earth. Now, the introduction of this chapter. The play is written by J.B. Priestley, reveals how mother's efforts are ignored by her family. It narrates how the family members who work 8 hours shift a day look upon her, although she works for the whole day and all week. After all she does for them, they take her for granted. Mother's Day is a humorous portrayal of the status of a mother in the family. Here, the author J.B. Priestley brings out the plight of a mother in the play. Mrs. Pearson, the mother who plays a pivotal role in the family, she is treated severely by her husband and children. With the help of Mrs. Fitzgerald, she tries to stand up for her own rights. Her family is shocked to see her new avatar. They get a taste of their own medicine, and finally, Mrs. Pearson gets the respect she always wanted and deserved. Now, the theme of this story. The theme of the play shows the status of a woman in their own household. The housewife serves the mother. The housewife serves the member of her family with complete devotion, sincerity, and love. In this play, Mrs. Pearson is a harassed mother. Now, the moral of the story. The play Mother's Day has a very valuable lesson for its readers. Even though the mother is often a housewife, she should not be ignored. Her effort must be recognized and she must be appreciated for the hard work that she does to keep the house in order. Mothers do always take care of their children and husband without expecting anything in return. Children and husband must have respect for their mother and wife respectively. A woman should also teach her husband and children to value her with respect. Now, the summary of this story. Students, don't go through the text. Try to listen summary very carefully. As in this chapter, Mrs. Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald are next door neighbors. Apart from this, there is not a single similarity between them. Mrs. Pearson is a nervous looking woman in her 40s, and Mrs. Fitzgerald is older, heavier, strong, sinister personality. Mrs. Pearson has subtle voice, whereas Mrs. Fitzgerald has a deep, throaty voice. Actually, Mrs. Pearson is a fortune teller. She is reading Mrs. Pearson's fortune. She advises Mrs. Pearson to put her foot down and be the boss in her family. Actually, Mrs. Pearson is not treated well by her family. Mrs. Fitzgerald wants her to be the mistress of the house. Mrs. Pearson replies that it is easier said than done. She knows that her family is thoughtless and selfish, but still, she is very fond of them. Mrs. Fitzgerald insists that they should be taught to treat her well. Mrs. Fitzgerald is very angry at the way Mrs. Pearson is treated by her family members. So, Mrs. Fitzgerald suggests that they should exchange their personality. But Mrs. Pearson is confused. Mrs. Fitzgerald says that it is a trick she learnt in the East. She takes Mrs. Pearson's hand and mutters a spell. The transformation takes place as if Mrs. Pearson has shifted into the body of Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mrs. Fitzgerald in the body of Mrs. Pearson. Then afterward, Mrs. Pearson is scared, but Mrs. Fitzgerald assures her that the change is reversible. Mrs. Fitzgerald, now in the body of Mrs. Pearson, sends herself to Mrs. Pearson's house for a while. Now, one character, Doris, the daughter of Mrs. Pearson, enters the room. She is in for a great surprise. She gets shocked at seeing her mother smoking. She asks about her allergies, but her mother does not respond. She asks for tea, but Mrs. Pearson answers rudely. She tells her to iron her dress herself and make tea if she wants to. Doris gets angry but gets a good scolding from her mother. Mrs. Pearson also makes fun of Doris' boyfriend, Charlie Spence. Now next character, Cyril. Cyril, her son, enters and asks for tea. Mrs. Pearson replies that if it is not ready, she did not bother to make it. He also gets anxious about his class not being ready. He asks his mother what will happen if they talk like her. Mrs. Pearson coldly replies that they always talk to her like this. Cyril cannot understand what is going on. Both sister and brother wonder what happened to their mother. Suddenly, Doris thinks that she got hit on her head by something. Mrs. Pearson declares that, like them, she will also work for only 8 hours a day. If they want favors on Saturday and Sunday, then they have to ask her nicely and thank her for everything she does. Now Mrs. Pearson goes to extent of threatening Doris to hit her on the head if she does not stop asking silly questions. Doris again left in tears that room. Now, George Pearson, the husband of Mrs. Pearson, is about 50, a pompous, self-important but solemn guy. His eyes almost swell when he finds his wife drinking. She tells him that he is called Pompey P. Pearson at the war. George cannot believe his ears, but Mrs. Pearson continues to ridicule him. When George shouts at his wife, she threatens to slap his big fat silly face. George leaves looking miserable, totally bewildered. Now, afterwards, all this is too much to take for the real Mrs. Pearson. She tells Mrs. Fitzgerald that it is enough. She insists on changing back. Mrs. Fitzgerald again mutters a spell, and they are back in their true selves. Mrs. Fitzgerald wants Mrs. Pearson not to go soft on her family. She wants her to remain firm. Mrs. Pearson wants to play a game of rummy. She always wishes a little funny time, but she hardly gets any. This was going to change from the day her family enters a little weary. She tells them that they would play a game of rummy and the children will prepare supper. All agree. Now, students, few questions are there which I would read and I would answer also. Try to see. First question: who was Mrs. Fitzgerald? How was she different from Mrs. Pearson? So I already told you, students, Mrs. Fitzgerald was one person. Next door neighbor, you can say. Both are quite different from each other. I already told you. Mrs. Pearson is a timid and confused lady. She is in her 40s. While Mrs. Fitzgerald is older, heavier, she is also very strong and dominating. She is the mistress of her house and the boss of her family. Now, next question: what advice did Mrs. Fitzgerald give to Mrs. Pearson? Here, Mrs. Fitzgerald was very bold and dominating in nature. She knew how to control the family members and how to become the boss of her family. On the other hand, Mrs. Pearson is ill treated by her family. So, Mrs. Fitzgerald felt that it was the time for her to set her family right and teach them a lesson. She advised her to put her foot down and be the boss in her family. Now, next question: how did Mrs. Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald exchange their personality? So, I already told you, Mrs. Fitzgerald knew the art of magic, and she held Mrs. Pearson's hand and muttered a magic spell to interchange their personality. Now, next question. Then let me do it. What did Mrs. Fitzgerald want to do? Here, Mrs. Fitzgerald cared for her friend and wanted to earn her some respect. She suggested that if Mrs. Pearson couldn't handle them, then she would teach them a lesson. Now, the last question: what information do we gather about Mrs. Pearson from the play? Students, Mrs. Pearson is a timid looking woman in her 40s. I already told you. Her family doesn't treat her very well, but she is not able to stand up to them as she hates unpleasantness. She cares for them despite their rude behavior. She loves them. She is a true representative of all mothers and the wives around the world. Thank you very much, students.